Motherfucker.
Hold on, I hope y'all watching this shit.
First round, real quick.
People that are in those training rooms with him know how good.
Because he just knocks dudes out real quick in the first round.
Yeah, but now we're gonna get a good. I might fuck with this guy. He just, to me, I thought he was a con artist, just based off his look.
They're edge.
Holy shit! What the hell just happened?
What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to GSR Gonzo'S Sports Room. Wednesday, January 19th, 2022. I got quite a few things to talk about tonight. We'll talk about the NFL playoffs. Got the divisional round games this weekend. Got some NBA games tonight. We'll talk a little bit about the Brooklyn Nets. Are they in trouble with Durant being out 4 to 6 weeks? And you only have Kyrie Irving on you only have Kyrie Irving on game days. Because, or not game days, road games, because he can't play any home games because of the vaccine mandate. Hold on, just want to checking the sound. All right. So Irving can only play on road games. But before we get started, don't forget we're live Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show. Come join us. We're giving out winners. My picks went 5-1 yesterday. I don't think any of the teams that I've picked today have finished their games yet. Also, we're live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern with GSR Gonzo'S Sports Room. That show is also live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You can find both those shows in podcast form at Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Also, don't forget we have our new weekly pro wrestling podcast that drops every Sunday morning at 9 a.m., GWR Gonzo's Wrestling Room. We've had 2 episodes drop so far. You can find that on Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcasts, most places you listen to podcasts, you can find it. You can also get the video version if you'd like to watch it on YouTube. The 3rd episode will drop this Sunday at 9 a.m., so keep your eye out for that. Follow us on social media. That's where we post everything about, any information about the shows. Go to our social media accounts, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo's Sports Room. We post our daily picks from Easy Money, a sports betting show there. Any interview announcements, any big live show announcements, everything goes to our social media at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at Gonzo's Sports Room. You can find me at Chris Gonzalez or Chris D. Gonzalez on Facebook, Chris Gonzalez at Gonzalez Sports on Twitter, and Chris Gonzalez on Instagram. Check out our YouTube page. Please hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get over the 150 subscriber mark by the end of this week. I think we have 5 more to go, so please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. If you're watching on Facebook and Twitch, please hit the follow buttons and the like buttons. We'd greatly appreciate it. Anytime you can share or like our stuff, it really helps. All right, let's go ahead and get into sports. First thing I want to talk about, let's talk about the Brooklyn Nets. Kevin Durant's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. Kyrie Irving can't play at home games. Kyrie Irving's already came out and said he's not going to reconsider his stance on the vaccine because Durant's out. So it's not going to change with Kyrie. He's going to be able to play when they're on the road. And I think there's a few cities even on the road that he can't play on or play at. So he's basically a part-time player for the Brooklyn Nets as this season goes on. But yeah, you got Durant out 4 to 6 weeks. The Nets are beating Washington right now 37-34 in the second quarter. But like I said, they're playing without Durant. They do have Kyrie tonight because they are on the road. But yeah, I think they're in big trouble because you think James Harden's going to carry that team by himself when they're at home? No Kevin Durant, no Kyrie Irving, and you just have James Harden in that supporting cast, and you expect James Harden to step up, change the way he's been playing, and try to carry this team. And then when KD gets back, you're going to want him. When KD and Kyrie are there, you want him to be more. I don't want to disrespect him by calling him a role player, but kind of more of a role player. He knows his role out of the big three there. Where for them to have a chance to win without either one of them on the court, he's going to have to be looking to score often, looking to get to the free throw line. He's going to have to try to take the games over, and can Harden still do that? Plus, Harden has yet to do that in the playoffs yet. Regular season, he's been able to do remarkable things, but he has not had playoff success. So far tonight, Harden has played 11 minutes. He has 3 points, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. Irving has 12 points, 4 assists, and 1 rebound in 11 minutes. So both of them have played 11 minutes so far. But that's what they're going to need for them to have good games. And they're going to need Patty Mills to keep playing well for the Nets to get through this and try to get a decent seed for when Kevin Durant can make his return back to this team. But if Kevin Durant can't, I don't think they're a championship team this year, even with Kevin Durant, with all the things that are going on with Kyrie Irving and just everything that's going on with the organization. Even before KD got hurt, I didn't think they were going to be a championship team. The big three just hasn't played together enough. I mean, hell, have they even played together 20 times yet? It may be close. I think they only played 14 or 15 games, all three of them together last year. So, yeah, I mean, it's not like they have a lot of time playing together. So it's not like you're going to get Durant back and no Kyrie's going to be there on the road and you're just going to throw these three together. Yeah, they're going to be good. But how much is chemistry of not getting to play together when it's a game 6 or game 7 of a playoff series and the pressure's on you and it's a tight 1-2 point game and you're trying to you got your big three out here trying to figure out who's going to take the last shot and how what's our roles, how can we get in a rhythm? And I think that's going to be their biggest problem is they're not going to be in a rhythm because all three of them never get to play together. Now that Kyrie finally gets to play some games, playing road games, and then Durant gets hurt, so you're still not getting none of that time with your big three running together. But I think this. I mean, how the Nets respond here is going to tell a big part on what they do the rest of the season because this is going to be a big stretch here. James Harden's going to have to step up and play out of his mind, especially on the home games. At the home games, because he's not going to have no help from Kyrie on the home games because Kyrie can't play. So he's going to have to figure out what Harden's going to have to figure out what kind of role he has to play when he's by himself. And he's going to have to play like he did in Houston, where he's going to have to try to score 40 points a night. He's going to have to try to get to the free throw line. He's going to have to be a little more selfish when he don't have Kyrie or KD on the court with him. Because it's going to happen here real soon. Their next home game, no Kyrie, no Durant. I mean, yeah, tonight you have Kyrie. And don't get me wrong, some of these other players have to step up too. But Harden has to be he has to step up, or Brooklyn's not going to have a chance at all. If James Harden can't step up, while you have Durant away from the team. Yeah, got quite a few NBA games going on tonight. Let's take a look at them real quick. Just 1 second. I'm let this load up. But yeah, you got quite a few NBA games tonight. Have a few college basketball games tonight as well. I'll give out while my phone's loading up. I'll give out the picks I gave out today on Easy Money, a sports betting show. I had the Nets money line, the Minnesota Timberwolves money line, Memphis Grizzlies plus 6.5, the Cleveland Cavaliers money line, and then in college basketball I had Florida -6 and Wake Forest -2.5, and then in hockey I had the Colorado Avalanche at the -1.5. All right, phone isn't wanting to load up yet, so we'll come back to that. But let's talk about some NFL football, and then we'll get back to the NBA scores here in a minute once I can get the phone to cooperate with me. But you have the Buffalo Bills against the Kansas City Chiefs. That's going to be the Sunday game. Mahomes has been playing pretty good his last 6 games. He has 17 passing touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Both quarterbacks looked good last week in the wild card round. The Chiefs just picked Pittsburgh apart. Patrick Mahomes played real well, and then the Bills just blew the Patriots out with a big effort by Josh Allen. Josh Allen had 308 passing yards, 5 touchdowns. He completed 84% of the passes he threw. Josh Allen balled out on wild card weekend. But don't get me wrong, so did Patrick Mahomes. I think this is going to be probably the best game of the weekend. I expect this game to probably come down to probably a field goal at the end. Could be one of them games where whoever has the ball last wins the game. But yeah, this is actually probably the game I'm looking forward most to watching this weekend. Be this Sunday evening game at 6:30 because I just think the two offenses matched up against each other. And that's what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to which defense can make that 1 or 2 big stops in key situations. Which defense can come up big on a key third down in the fourth quarter, that's what the difference of the game is going to be. Because I think both quarterbacks are going to give their offenses chances to be in the game and to win the game. But it's going to come down to the line of scrimmage, which that's what every football game comes down to. No matter who's up here talking and telling you this or that, the main thing in football, whoever wins the damn line of scrimmage is probably going to win the damn game. If your offensive line can't block their defensive line, your offense isn't going to do shit. And then you flip flop that. If your defensive line can't get to the quarterback, then the quarterback's going to be able to pick you apart. So it all depends on the offensive and defensive line. Who wins that battle up front is the first key, and then the second key to me in this game is which defense can create that big turnover or make that big stop on fourth down that erases points from the other team and possibly get your team some points. That's going to be the difference in the game. Who wins the turnover battle? Which team can make that big play on 4th and 1 or 4th and 2? Which defense makes that big stop on 4th and 2 in the red zone, gets the ball back without giving up any points? Whose special teams cover the best? Hit kicks. It's going to take complete team efforts in this game. Like I said, I think it's going to be one of the I think it has the potential to be the best game of the playoffs so far. I think it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a heck of a game to watch Sunday evening. You have the Kansas City Chiefs are 1.5 point favorites right now on the sports books. They're -126 money line. The Bills are +108 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 54.5. I like the Bills in this game just because I think the Bills have been more consistent than what the Chiefs are. And, Josh Allen has been hot. I know Patrick Mahomes has gotten hotter, but I think the Bills' defense is a little bit better than the Chiefs' defense. And that's why I'm going with the Bills in this game. But the big key is going to be can the Bills stop the Chiefs from running the ball? Which the Chiefs aren't going to try to run the ball a bunch. They're just going to try to run it enough to get their play action going more. And that's going to be the same way with the Bills. The Bills sometimes refuse to run the ball. The Bills, Josh Allen will probably throw 40 plus passes this game easily. That's the way the Bills play. They for some reason they will not run the ball. Even though in this game against this Chiefs defense, I would run the ball some, try to get my running game going. But I don't see the Bills doing that. I like the Bills in this game. I like the over the 54.5. Like I said, I think this is going to be a high. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. Maybe like I can see like 33-30, or I think both teams could be in the 30s in this game. I wouldn't be surprised. But the first game on Saturday we have is the Cincinnati Bengals at the Tennessee Titans. I'm looking forward to this game. I'm actually going with the upset here, and it's mainly just because I think Joe Burrow and that Bengals offense is going to has a good chance of jumping out to a lead, and then I think that changes Tennessee's approach about trying to get Derrick Henry going. And how good is Derrick Henry going to be? He's been out multiple weeks. I think they said he went through contact today. And when I heard the interview, he sounds like he's ready, but you don't know what your body's going to do until you get out there. And how many carries are they going to give him the first time out? Are they going to give him 25 carries the first time out? I doubt it. I figure he might get 10 carries, maybe 15 carries since it's a playoff game, depending on how the flow of the game is. But I don't see him getting no 20, 25 carries in this game. I don't think Tennessee is going to push them that much because they don't want to hurt them permanently. And if you win this game, you need them for the next game as well. I understand you got to win this game, or there's not a next game. But I just don't see them rushing Derrick Henry out there if he's not healthy enough to be out there. And the Bengals, their offense, man, they just have so many weapons on offense. Joe Burrow is that dude. He don't run away. He don't run away from the big spotlight. He performs under pressure. If the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line can hold up and give him time, this Bengals offense is explosive, and they could give any team in the AFC trouble here in the playoffs. I like Cincinnati in this game because basically I think Burrow's the better quarterback, and I think that's what this game is going to come down to, is which quarterback can make the big plays in big situations in this playoff game. I know Burrow's a young quarterback, be his second playoff game, because they got that big win last week against over the weekend against the Raiders, where everybody was whining about it shouldn't have been a touchdown, but that play didn't that whistle didn't affect that play in my opinion. But so yeah, it'll be his second playoff game. Tannehill's had experience in the playoffs, but I think Burrow's the better quarterback right now. And I like the Bengals here at the plus 160 on the money line. I think the Bengals defense is playing good enough that where they can keep Cincinnati in this game. Cincinnati has beat. Cincinnati's not a bad team. Cincinnati has beat the Chiefs before, this season. So it's not like Cincinnati's just a scrub team. And how's Tennessee going to respond off a bye? These teams are always different off byes. You get some teams that come off the byes and they look sharper. You could tell they were well prepared and they look sharp. And then there's other teams that come off byes that you assume that, the coach, so you assume that they're well prepared, but for some reason they just come off the fucking bye flat. Being an Indianapolis Colts fan, I've seen it. I don't know how many times they would rest Peyton Manning in the first round, or not the first round, the game before the first playoff game, last regular season game. Let's rest our starters. And then we go out there and in the first quarter, and our offense just looks terrible. And it's like, if these guys are in a rhythm, why not let them keep playing and stay in that rhythm? Let's not go sit around and talk about what we're going to do. We need to do this, do that, and then game time comes up and we're not there, because that happens, and you see it happen a lot. You see teams come out and just not play, and it's like, what the hell happened here? I mean, the Colts have lost. Man, it's crazy. But then you have the next game would be the San Francisco 49ers at the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are 6-point favorites in this game. Over-unders at 46.5. I like Green Bay in this game. I think Green Bay is going to be representing the NFC in the Super Bowl this year. Right now you got, for one, you have San Francisco. Jimmy Garoppolo's battling I think it's a shoulder injury now, but they act like he's going to be. They think he's going to be able to play, but he's not. He hasn't been practicing, and that's bad. I mean, that's bad news for the San Francisco. If you have to start Trey Lance in this game against the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers, I think the 49ers are in trouble. Aaron Rodgers playing at MVP level, probably going to. I'd be surprised if he's not the back-to-back MVP of the NFL. You got Devontae Adams, who's having another big year, and then you have a good running game as well. With I think Aaron Jones is back, and you also have Dillon. So you have two strong backs, Lazard and Valdez. You got Valdez-Scantling back, who can be a deep threat. I think Green Bay is the team to beat in the NFC, and if the 49ers don't have Garoppolo, that really hurts significantly hurts their chances of winning this game. Now, if they have Garoppolo, they're healthy. There's a scenario. I mean, I could see that. I could see the 49ers winning, but if Trey Lance is at the helm, I don't see that. I mean, I'm not trashing Trey Lance, because we haven't seen enough of him to say if he's an NFL quarterback or if he's ready or not ready. So I haven't seen enough to judge on his playing ability, so I can't sit here and trash on him. But all right, next game is the Los Angeles Rams at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are 3-point favorites at home. They're minus 148 on the money line. This game here is the other game that I think could be one of the games of the week as well. This NFC game here, Rams and Bucks, I think it's going to be a great game. I like the Rams in this game. I think the Rams defense is going to be able to put pressure on Brady with Aaron Donald up the middle. So I just don't see the Tampa Bay offensive line being able to block Aaron Donald in that defensive line up front. I can see this being a close game. I know they've played each other. But I like the Rams here at the plus 126 on the money line. I don't see Tom Brady getting the Bucs to the Super Bowl this season. I think their run ends this weekend. I think the NFC Championship game is going to be the Green Bay Packers against the Los Angeles Rams. And in the AFC, I think it's going to be the Buffalo Bills versus the Cincinnati Bengals. That's right. I got the Cincinnati Bengals going to the AFC Championship game. I like the Bengals over the Titans by 3 points. So I like the Bengals money line. I think the Bengals are the better team, especially right now. I think they're in more rhythm than what the Titans are, because the Titans had to. Missing Derrick Henry is a big deal. Now you're getting Derrick Henry back, but it also changes your game plan. So that can be hard to get everybody on the same page and changing things that maybe you haven't changed for the last few weeks because Derrick Henry wasn't on the field. But now that you're bringing him back in, you got to integrate him back in to your game plan. And how much does that take away from other people? How much does that affect your offense overall? That's things you never know until you get into the game. You just got to hope as a coach that you make the right decision where you have the guys in the best frame of mind. You have the guys in the best frame of mind to accomplish what you and them are wanting to accomplish. Yeah, I like the Bengals. All right. Like I said, we got a big NFL weekend over in the NBA right now. The Brooklyn Nets are up 67-55 over the Washington Wizards. Orlando Magic is up 57-47 over the 76ers with 26 seconds left in the second quarter. The Brooklyn Nets and Washington Wizards game has a minute left in the second quarter. The Timberwolves are up 33-21 over the Atlanta Hawks. A minute left in the first quarter. Trailblazers up 24-18 on the Heat. That's in the first quarter. The Hornets against the Celtics. Celtics are up 19-13 at the end of the first toward the end of the first quarter. Grizzlies and Bucks is getting ready to start. You also have Cleveland and Chicago tonight. Toronto and the Mavericks. The Thunder and the Spurs. You got Houston. Of course, I hit the wrong button and turned it off. It's loading back up. No, it'll take it a second. All right, let's move. Let's talk back over the NBA for a minute. Let's talk a little bit about Russell Westbrook. I was on a sports show this morning on the ASAP All Sports All Plays Network. I'm on there on the morning show Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. You can find it on Facebook and YouTube. But we were talking about the Lakers and what their biggest problem is. I think their biggest problem is their construction of the roster and the decisions they made to let the guys go that they let go and who they brought in. I never thought from the beginning that Russell Westbrook was going to work in Los Angeles. And now, with Anthony Davis out, everybody's wanting to blame the majority and almost all of it on Russell Westbrook. And I'm not a Russell Westbrook fan or a Russell Westbrook apologist. All I'm saying is that Russell Westbrook is not the only reason or the main reason that the Lakers are struggling. The Lakers are struggling because their GM put together an old team that's top heavy, doesn't have any depth, and you have too many ball dominant players. You don't have that facilitator other than LeBron. Besides LeBron, you don't have that facilitator on that Lakers team that you need. And is Westbrook the answer? No, but and I bet you, and everybody was saying, "Oh, his turnovers." He's averaging one more turnover a game than LeBron James, and I don't hear everybody burying LeBron James over turnovers, which I'm not saying people should, but why are we burying one guy over averaging 4 turnovers a game, and the guy that most people, or not most people, a lot of people call the GOAT, averages one less one less turnover. And then his free throw shooting's been terrible. But if we're going to hold that against him, don't we have to hold that against other players like, again, LeBron James, who's been like, a 62 to 65% free throw shooter for the last how many years? So, yes, Russell Westbrook has played terrible defense, has been out of position and cost his team points. And, yes, I could see them moving on from him. I mean, hell, they might get rid of him. It wouldn't surprise me if they tried to get rid of him at the trade deadline, if they could find anybody that's going to take him. I just don't think they're going to find much value in him. But, I mean, who else you have on that team that's going to play better than him? I mean, yeah, he's inefficient. He's not a jump shooter. If he can't get to the rim, he's going to shoot probably 45%, 40%, maybe around there. He's not a good 3-point shooter. The name Westbrook is for a reason. Like I said, I'm not a Westbrook apologist, but it's not all his fault that the Lakers are losing. There's blame on LeBron. There's blame on the front office. There's blame on the coach. Because when you're the coach of, especially of the Lakers or any team, but a team that high profile, you got to be able to adapt to what you have and come up with a way that you can fit the players you have into your system or fit your system around those players. And if you're not doing that as a head coach, you're doing yourself and your team a disservice. And you shouldn't be coaching in the NBA. But LeBron has to have blame because we all know he plays a big role in putting together the roster. And they went out and got Westbrook, and it's not paying off. And I know a lot of people they're done. They're saying bring Westbrook off the bench, or I've even seen people saying don't even play him no more. I just don't understand how it became all his fault. And I admit, he's not a perfect player by far. He hurts some defense a lot where he gets out of position and leaves his guy wide open. He can be selfish sometimes, going for some rebounds and tangled up with his own teammate and cost his own team a possession. Yes, there's things like that happens. It's unfortunate that it does happen, but it does. But I mean, how much can you crucify him for it when he's not? I mean, that's not the worst thing that somebody's done, and he's not the only one that's done that. So I mean, then you're drawing that fine line of if you find this guy or you do something to this guy and you don't do it to the next guy, then you're showing favoritism because you're friends with him and not with this guy, and it's just going to cause yourself bigger problems. But all right, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We will be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show. Then Friday, that's at 1 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Then Friday we'll be live for Easy Money, a sports betting show again at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then we have GSR Gonzo'S Sports Room at 7 p.m. Friday evening. We will be breaking down, we'll probably do it on Friday. Yeah, we'll do it on Friday's show. We'll we're going to be talking NFL. Yeah, we'll do it on Friday's show. We will break down the UFC fights for this big UFC card this weekend. If I can get all the fights broke down, we might do it tomorrow, but I'm going to say it's probably going to be on Friday. Tomorrow and Friday, we'll talk UFC. We'll talk NFL playoffs coming up this weekend, some big games. We'll talk some more NBA. I want to talk tomorrow. I want to talk, not tomorrow, but Wednesday at 7 p.m. I want to get in a conversation about the NBA MVP and does John Morant deserve to be in the conversation for the way he has played this season. We'll talk about that Friday. We'll talk NFL football. We're going to talk. It's going to be a big show, so come join us Friday. Don't forget Sunday. We're going to be at Warrior Pro Wrestling in Danville, Indiana for WPW 5. It's a live pro wrestling show, has a stacked card. Doors open at 2, bell times at 3. You want to find out more information and find out ticket information. All you have to do is go to Warrior Pro Wrestling on Facebook. They have all the information there for you. I've been posting their flyer on our social media as well. It's going to be an awesome show right here in the state of Indiana, in Danville, Indiana. And we, GWR will be there. Gonzo'S Wrestling Room will be there live, and we'll be live streaming and doing live commentary of the live pro wrestling show for Warrior Pro Wrestling on Sunday. Like I said, doors open at 2, show times at 3. We'll be live on YouTube and Twitch with live commentary and live streaming the show. Should be a great time. This will be like our 8th or 9th one that we've went and live streamed now. We have some big interviews coming up, so keep your eyes and ears out for some big announcements coming here real soon. There's going to be some big things happening with GSR here in 2022, and I appreciate all the support we've been getting. Check out our YouTube page. Hit that subscribe button, please. We're trying to get past the 150 subscriber mark by the end of the week. I think we need 5 more to do that. So if you haven't subscribed to that YouTube page, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you get notifications so you never miss when we go live. If you're watching on Facebook and Twitch, please hit the follow button, the like button. We'd greatly appreciate it. Check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzo'S Sports/merch. You can see some of our shirts here behind us. So go on there and get you some GWR gear. All right. I know what I want to talk about. One more thing we need to talk about real quick. Saturday, January 29th, we will be live from Bloomington, Indiana for MPG Wrestling. Then on February 6th, we will be at Summit Pro Wrestling doing another live stream for Summit Pro Wrestling there in Greenfield, Indiana. And then on February 12th, we're going to be in Indianapolis for Thunder or Blunder 2 at the Outlaw Arena on Kentucky Avenue, Indianapolis, Indiana. That's on February 12th. And then February 19th, we're going to be here in Muncie, Indiana with DCCW as they're bringing in the Rock and Roll Express. It's going to be a big show. Rock and Roll Express is wrestling the highlight reel for the DCCW tag team titles. They have a stacked card from the matches from the talent that I've seen that's going to be on this card. So we'll be live at that show as well. So let's support independent wrestling. Let's pack these shows. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. We will see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern for Easy Money, a sports betting show. And then tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. for GSR Gonzo'S Sports Room. Thanks for joining us. Please hit that subscribe button. And the bell for notifications, like, share, all that good stuff. We greatly appreciate it. We will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.